it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. So it's time for another Sleeve Sunday. Woo! As I mentioned before, my Sleeve Sundays, updates, they're not going to be as detailed really anymore. It seems like, at least, unless something like extravagant or, super, off the charts happens. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's really and truly, it's just, I don't know, the first 2 weeks, first 3 weeks, your stomach's still getting used to things, and, you're still experiencing some pain and yada yada, and now I'm just kind of like, yep, I can start adding these foods now. It's going well. That's really all there is to it. I definitely thought, only being, what is it, we're coming up on, or we just finished like the 5th week, really and truly not anything special, but there were some cool things that happened this week, so I will definitely discuss those. So last Monday I had my 4-week post-op appointment, and I was approved for, what is it, like advanced texture foods, whatever the hell that means. Every time I go to these post-op appointments, they give me a list of approved foods that are on there. And so I kind of made a goof, and I assumed, what was it, 2 weeks ago at my 2-week post-op appointment? Oops. I thought by that point I was approved to do like deli meats, because I don't know why. I don't really know why I thought I was approved for that. But anyway, on the 4-week post-op sheet, it said deli meats can start being introduced. I'm like, I'm already been doing that. Oops, my bad. Because I was given the example, it was like 1 slice of deli meat and 1 slice of cheese, rolled up is a great meal. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I've been doing that for like the past 2 weeks. Oopsie. But yeah, so my advanced texture foods, part of the list was saying that I can cook like chicken in a crock pot now and start topping it with some like low fat, low sugar sauces, which is pretty cool. I can start doing all vegetables as long as they're kind of mushy. As long as they're not raw, I can do them. Which kind of sucks still, because I really want a cucumber. I want a cucumber so bad. I also really want a salad really bad. Like before surgery, I never would have been like, I really want a salad today. But this whole week, I just wanted like a salad. And granted, probably not the best salad for you, because my mom had mentioned at one point that she was craving iceberg lettuce. Like, again, who the hell craves iceberg lettuce or lettuce in general? And as soon as she said that, I was like, shit, you know what? I really want some iceberg lettuce too. But unfortunately, lettuce is one of the last things you add back to your diet when you have this surgery. So I don't know when that time frame is, when I can start adding salads back. But I hope it's soon, because I also really want a Caesar salad, like from Panera. I used to be nuts about Caesar salads from Panera, especially with the chicken, because that really ups the protein content. What else could I add back this week? I could have fruits from like canned fruits, but I have to drain the juice, which that's the best part. Like, why? I want the stinking juice, but of course it's probably like loaded with sugar, so there goes that. I'm trying to remember the things that like really stuck out to me. I can have beans as long as they're not, what is it, baked beans? Yeah, I can have beans as long as they're not baked beans, which is fine, because I've never been a bean fan. Like if I go to a Mexican restaurant and refried beans are on the side, yeah, I eat them. Beans are not necessarily a bariatric patient's best friend, because they are still high in carbs. They do have protein, but the amount of carbs in there kind of outweigh the protein content, which sucks. So you can still eat them, but you just can't have like a big helping of them. You can have some. So like when I start going back out to like Mexican restaurants or something and getting a meal there, I can have some of the refried beans, but just not go crazy with it. I really want Mexican. There's a really good Mexican restaurant in my town, and I really want a shrimp quesadilla. That's what I get every single time I go to a Mexican restaurant, is a shrimp quesadilla. I always have to like test them out just to compare them with one another. The best one is still from my hometown at the local Mexican restaurant there. That one is still the best. Everything there is really good. Damn it, now I really want a shrimp quesadilla. Fudge! I did talk with my nurse practitioner about several things. I talked with her about birth control options, and she said that pills are fine if that's what I'm used to, if that's what I'm comfortable with, to continue with them. So I think I'm going to. I don't know, the implant just still kind of freaks me out. Just having that foreign object floating around in my arm, I don't know, weirds me out. And I'm just so used to the pill. Like, I've been taking it forever, so might as well continue with what I know. And then I also talked with her about the multivitamin. I said to her, I was like, yeah, someone was like supposed to call me back, and apparently someone had said they called me and had signed off on it, but they didn't. Someone goofed big time, but it wasn't the end of the world. It was like, whatever. So I did talk with her about the multivitamin, and I was telling her, I was like, I've tried it with food in my system, I've tried it without food in my system. I just can't seem to tolerate it. And she said, well, you always want to take it with food in your system. So that's out there, which is great because I wasn't quite sure. My mom, who's like the complete opposite of me, can take her multivitamin without food, no problem. Has never thrown up from that multivitamin. It's the same multivitamin. So that's why I was like, well, maybe let me try it without food in my system, and that was a no-go. So what she suggested, she gave me several suggestions. She was like, well, you can either do the Flintstones Complete, which is hilarious to me, going back to being a kid, take the Flintstones Complete vitamins. She said, or you can try Bariatric Advantages, which is the multivitamin that was making me puke. They have a actual swallowable multivitamin. Now that thing is ginormous, so there's no way I can get it down now, because my stomach will be like, so nothing else can go in here. Let's get it out. So what she suggested was to take some like unsweetened applesauce and open the capsule, because it's not like a pill, it's a capsule. And so to open it and have the powder go in the applesauce, mix it up, and then eat it that way and see if that does anything for me. I haven't tried it yet just because I keep forgetting to get applesauce when I go out. Oops. So I think I will try that for this coming week just to see. She gave me a sample multivitamin just to see how it tolerates. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes once I get applesauce. Alright, so for the rest of this week, I noticed how real the restriction is for me. Some people who had the surgery around the same time as me can eat a whole lot more than I can. I don't know, it's just been really weird this past week. It hasn't been until yesterday when I could actually eat a considerable amount in one sitting. I hard boiled some eggs and ate an entire egg. Like, whoa, what the hell? Ate an entire egg, and it was wonderful. It was an awesome meal. I also ate one this morning for breakfast. I hard boiled several. I think I did 4. So I had one yesterday and for dinner. I had one this morning for breakfast. But seriously, the restriction this week has been real. I fixed tuna fish and could only do like 3 little forkfuls. That was it. I need to clean out my fridge for stuff that I've made, and I just couldn't eat because my stomach was like, I'm full, I'm done, and now it's been in there for like a week, so it needs to go. I did have a non-scale victory in the sense that I my ring that's been on my pinky, if you've noticed in my videos. That is my undergraduate class ring, and I've been putting it on my pinky because it wouldn't fit on my ring finger. Please notice I'm not flipping you off. This is my ring finger. I used to wear it on my ring finger in college. I used to wear it on my ring finger, I think 2 years out from college, and then that's when I started to gain all the weight and it wouldn't fit there anymore. So now it will no longer fit my pinky because it is just so loose now that if I try and do anything, it just slides right off. So, cool thing, it fits this ring finger, but this isn't the finger, you know, the ring finger I want it on. I want it on this one really bad, so I have taken it off for now because I don't want to lose it by having it on this one, but I don't want my finger to get used to having it on this one. So for now, it is just going to stay off until it can go back on this one. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why it fits on this one and not this one. Like, for some reason, this one is still a little bit bigger. I don't know. It's weird. From my appointment last week, I am down 7 pounds. It's probably because of the restriction being so very real this week. So I am almost out of the 190s, and I just got here. But I'm not complaining. I think that's great. It's a wonderful feeling. Oh yeah, and then some fun things that happened this week. Thursday and Friday, my mom and I went to some concerts, and they were amazing. Thursday night we went and saw Breaking Benjamin. Not only did we get to like see them in concert, but we got to meet them. I had gotten us meet and greet passes so that we could have like our picture taken with them, and I got to hug Ben. Oh my God, he is one gorgeous man. So yeah, wonderful concert. And then Friday, we went to kind of like a music festival and called Lunatic Luau. It was in Virginia Beach. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I live in Virginia. So we spent a good portion of the day there. It opened at 2:30, but we didn't get there until about 4:30-ish. So we didn't see like the earlier bands, but how that goes is you have your main stage and then you have like a side stage for lesser known bands. Well, the side stage was like for people who were intense into like mosh pits and stuff, and it had rained the whole morning before, and so there was like a mud pit. So there was a mosh pit going on in the mud pit, and I was just like, no thank you, I will stay over with the main stage. Luckily we had seats for that concert, which was great because, you know, we didn't want to stand up the whole time for some bands that we didn't even know. 3 Days Grace played, and they were really freaking phenomenal live. The Pretty Reckless played. I didn't know who they were until this event, and I really liked their stuff. They were good. Band called Chevelle then played. It was Pretty Reckless, 3 Days Grace, then Chevelle. Again, never heard of Chevelle before now. They were good. They were not my cup of tea. But a lot of people were really into them. But that was one of those times where my mom and I sat through the whole set because we didn't know them, and so we didn't know any of their songs. So we were just like, okay, this is our chill moment. And so the final band of the night, which was the whole reason we went, was Avenged Sevenfold. They were so stinking good. Oh my God, like I can't even put it into words. They were just, oh God, they were wonderful. M Shadows, you were one beautiful man. I'm gonna insert a picture that I took of M Shadows. God, he was beautiful. So that was really fun. We were both exhausted yesterday from it. When we were there, I was like, well, what the hell can I eat? Like, we're gonna be here a while, so we're gonna have to get concert food. And I'm like, concert food's not exactly healthy. So what the hell can I eat? Well, I ended up getting a corn dog and peeling off most of like the corn part of the corn dog, and so I just had a dog. And I did about half. I was very proud of myself. Then my mom ate her corn dog and my other half, and I was like, shit, Mom. I guess your stomach gets used to some things after a while. But she's 2 years out, so I'm only a month out. So that makes sense. But yeah, so this was an eventful week. I'm feeling amazing. I mean, the fact that I'm almost in the 180s again. I haven't been in the 180s for, I'd say about 4 years. Maybe even 5. It's been a while. So I'm really excited to, I'll probably be back in it tomorrow or Tuesday, which is exciting. So yeah, that was this week. Like I always say, if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below or find me on social media. Ask them to me. I'd be more than willing to answer them. I've gotten some questions about my actual process, and so I will do a separate video for that in the future, because it doesn't really correlate with like weekly segments. So I will do a separate video in the future about my whole weight loss process, because it's a little different than other people's. I didn't go through it as long as most people, so I will do that in the future. But yeah, if you've got any other questions, leave them below, find me on social media, and I will do my best to answer them for you. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.